Hello, and welcome, my Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Virgo to the full moon in, Aries. The little booklet got caught in there. September into October 2020. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lions, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi. My subscribers, my friends, thank you so much for following along, for helping me on this twisty, windy road that is the YouTube journey of my life and my career. Very, very excited to be doing this work from the comfort of my dining room table in my dining room. Good place for it, right? So let's get down to business. If you're new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and all that jazz. Commenting helps too. Apparently, it's the magic combo that gets people to see your work. So here we have it. Both of us are ruled by Mercury. You know, I am a Virgo. So I am happy to serve my zodiacally linked brothers and sisters in the Gemini. Though I tease you awful horrible, but you know, you're worth it. Both my help and the teasing as well. I love my gems because you're outrageous. You are truly outrageous. Let's get down to the reading itself. We are looking at a What Do I Need read, an 11 card spread. You'll see we're doing, what is it? I wrote it down. 4 oracle cards, 6 tarot cards, and 1 healing mantra card, Matt Kahn's healing mantra deck card, to get you what you need to know about, deal with, heal, whatever. This new moon in Virgo, Thursday, September 17th. Now, it goes new at 7 a.m. It's dark moon before that, and it only stays in Virgo for 42 minutes. It goes void, of course, at 7:42 a.m. on the 17th. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And if you can wait till 2:56 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern, it will go into Libra. So any kind of intention, unless you want to be up at 7 a.m. Sometimes I will do stuff like that, particularly maybe because it's in Virgo and I'm a Virgo, I will, but we'll see. So that's the beginning of it, the new moon to the full moon, October 1st, the blood moon in Aries. Great, welcome to 2020, right? Too late, we're already in it. You're soaking in it. Insanity that it has been of transformation. Well, chaos from the human point of view, divine order from the divine's point of view, and that's just how it's always been. So some clues, some tips, some hints along the way from the pantheons themselves might be helpful in terms of what you need to know about. This is a general read. Please do check your other signs. It's only 11 cards. They can be on different aspects of your life. Your sun is going to be different than your moon, most likely, unless they're both the same sign, one would think. But even then, one reading can be about business, another about love. They've been interesting so far, and this is only the third one, so you'll see. It's a nice spread. I'm enjoying it. It's different this time. So they're always different. Take a nice deep breath. If you want a personal read, I'm easy enough to find. My favorite way to do it, add me on Facebook as a friend. Message me you want a reading. And you can pay me right there on Facebook, as well as we can do the video call right there and then, and it's a hoot. And I can do it right like this, right? So it's really, really fun, for me at least. So let's get down to this read. Take a nice deep breath. Use your breath. Stay in the here and now to take what resonates, leave what does not. As we're going to start with the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle. All the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. As usual, let's see what I can get for you. Breathe. My Angels, Gods, and Goddesses, please, using this Oracle deck, can you just give us a starter? Who is the angel, the goddess, or the god that this Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs needs to be aware of, whatever situation they are pointing to, whatever they are the god, the goddess, or the angel of for this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, September into the first day of October. Please, what have you got for them? My angels, gods, and masters. The goddess of knowledge. The goddess of knowledge. start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition. So definitely we'll be looking at that a little bit deeper with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. We're going to do a past, present, future timeline. That should give some sort of indication, being that we start with the Goddess of Knowledge. Now, to me, the Goddess of Knowledge, a little bit different than the Goddess of Wisdom, but I would say the same for me in terms of Athena, right? Gray-eyed Athena. But let's, keeping with that divine feminine vein there, let's go to the Kuan Yin Oracle. Love this Oracle so very much personally. I have a very deep relationship with Kuan Yin, kind of always had. This has made it deeper, so I highly recommend it, and I'm not getting any perks from anybody by saying that. So take a nice deep breath. This is worth it. Kuan Yin, please, my beloved goddess, beloved bodhisattva, beloved higher vibrational incarnation of divine love and compassion. Please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this new moon in Virgo to full moon in Aries, September into October 2020. Please, what is your piece of divine feminine guidance and grace that they need? Empress of the Pearl. Card number 10. I've had this personally. It is about taking your suffering and turning it into light, not making light of it. The process of how a pearl comes from a grain of sand, a piece of detritus, a piece of flotsam and jetsam that gets caught in the belly of an oyster. And in that pain and in that suffering, it layers it over and over and over with layers of pearlized calcium, essentially, creating a thing of beauty. So the Empress of the Pearl, you have an inner gift of great value born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided you are willing to search for a way to heal through it. And that's a big providing. Most people aren't. Most people would rather just take their pain, their suffering, their struggle and blame other people or blame themselves, which is sort of worse. Both suck. Instead of allowing it to be alchemized into wisdom, which is happening anyway. They're just unaware of the process. So there is a willingness needed, right? Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. And again, I get this image. It's something the Ashaya monks told me. I forget which one. It was probably Michael the Ashaya. He was really the one I was closest to, Gemini, interestingly enough. Said that, you know, in caravans across the desert with camels, there would be somebody who would scoop the poop of the camels. It's sort of this gigantic kitty cat pooper scooper thing for the camels, but they would save them and dry it out so that they could use it for fuel at night. They would throw it on the fire, and the fire would, of course, glow brighter. And it's that idea that our pain, our suffering, the shit that we've been through, to our consciousness, to our soul, uses that as fuel to transform and to grow and burn brighter. So I think whether it's the Empress of the Pearl, which I think is a prettier and also jewelry-based metaphor, I think both can work. The prayer to the Empress of the Pearl. With beloved Kuan Yin, Empress of the Pearl, as my witness, I transform negativity into light through compassion. Anything that causes me discomfort, I use to grow my light so it becomes bigger than the discomfort. And I now choose to experience the light of my being and its spiritual growth as more powerful than any irritation or suffering, which serves that growth. Om Mani Padme Hum. Such a great deck. So I get it. So not only do you have knowledge, right, the Goddess of Knowledge, start to apply what you already know, right? A lot of times we've studied this stuff, this compassionate love, spirituality stuff, but in the throes of it, we forget, and that's okay. It's okay. It's easily forgiven when you forget, because you get what? Your nervous system gets overwhelmed, inflamed, pain happens, shit happens, world events take place that limit us to our ability to move and travel, right? You know, our freedoms being dealt with as we transform. It's cocoon phase. It's dark night of the soul for the whole planet. So even if you're an empath, just picking up on the suffering of humanity, right? Crying your eyes out watching TV. Hello. That's why this is a great outlet for me to do that. But the knowledge that you are getting, you have to put in practice here, because your suffering is for a greater purpose, not just to torture you. But that takes a certain amount of emotional and spiritual maturity, I'll be the first to say. Otherwise, it's too easy to become a martyr, or a brat, or a tyrant, or a narcissist, right? This is like a narcissist. Narcissists are in tremendous amount of pain, but that's their coping mechanism? Oh, good God almighty. I'm sure I've been one in plenty of lives. This life I've had that kicked out of me, squeezed out of me, beaten out of me. Too much of an empath. Thank you very much. Let's take a nice deep breath. Yeah, not like all, you know, the sex and drugs and rock and roll to escape all the empathic stuff was a field day, but, you know, you take your lessons as they come. Let's ask Archangel Michael what it is that you need to know, what it is that you need to see from his archangelic point of view. So obviously, Kuan Yin being more the divine feminine side of things, this is the divine masculine of Archangel Michael, and he's so adorable. Breathe. Hi. Hi. Archangel Michael. I have a very long relationship with Archangel Michael because he's a really, really long guy. Please, one card in clarity, knock the cards out of my hands, for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign, this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries. Please, what is the piece of clarity, guidance, grace, inspiration, the clue, the tip, the hint that they need for this new moon to full moon next? Ooh, we haven't had this one yet. Let's listen. Oh, you have a sister. Luna Rosa. One would think that means the rose moon, considering there's a pink moon in the sky. Luna Rosa, emotional healing. Now, I will say 2 words that, woo, if you knew what they meant. Woo, emotional healing sounds so nice. Yes, I'm going to draw a bath. And you're going to put some rose oil in it. I'm going to have a glass of wine and a pink candle. And I'm going to vomit my guts out for all the emotion that needs to move through me, right? It ain't pretty. It's volcano. Card number 22. But let's see how they deal with this in this deck. Luna Rosa, red moon. It says on it, red moon. Not to be confused with red sun, which is a DC Comics thing. Luna Rosa, red moon, emotional healing. Throughout the days leading up to the next full moon, which is what this reading is about. One more time. Throughout the days leading up to the next full moon, you may at times feel unusually emotional for no apparent reason. What is occurring is an emotional healing, the release of unexpressed emotions, which you have kept locked up inside for a long time. What, Gemini? No. Repressed emotions? Keep it locked down inside of them? Nah. Come on. Really? Perhaps you had forgotten that these existed. So they have come to remind you. Oh, so yeah, perhaps you forgot that you had these emotions inside of you rattling around your DNA and your cellular memory. So they've come around to remind you. Let them go and you shall be healed. There is nothing that you need to do or work through. Just allow your emotions to surface without trying to suppress them. Allow all to unfold as it does and trust. This is a blessing, not a curse. Now, the Taurus read was a little similar that way in terms of an injustice. So if you got any Taurus stuff, you might want to go have a look. You will enjoy the benefits of this emotional release for years to come. Not in years to come, for years to come. I release the memories that are buried in my heart. My scattered feelings are blown away by the wind. Only beautiful memories remain. They drift through my mind like autumn leaves on golden wings of light. Well, that's the most Gemini thing I've ever read in my life, but there you have it. So you got an emotional healing in play here, but it's not saying you have to rehash it all. You just need to acknowledge it and let it come up. It's like a good puke. You know, you're doing like peach schnapps and Goldschlager. And then, I don't know, a dark beer. And then Clams Casino. You know, you just need to... I know, right? Italian. Let's keep going. Let us have a look-see-dooksy here, because this is interesting. Definitely that Empress of the Pearl speaks of, suffering that you're turning into light. The Luna Rosa, the red moon, totally talking about that. It actually speaks about the days leading up to the full moon. I find it interesting considering that's the exact type of reading that we're doing. I didn't know that said that in that card. So let's get you a timeline building up to that. We are going to look at the past, present, future simple timeline using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the yin part of it, right? The stuff behind your eyes, and the Mythic Tarot for the yang, the external stuff in front of your eyes. Breathe. All right, my goddesses, please, I need 3 cards for the Gemini Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. My God, my eyes are going right to that goddess of knowledge there, that there's something deep inside of them. They know what to do. Trust your intuition. It's just on top of that intuition, it feels like there are these layers of unprocessed pain, or at least pain that's been stuck in there. Like I said, that they might have just forgotten about. But you see, that energy can't be created or destroyed, only changed or transformed. Therefore, you push it down, it's got to go somewhere. It goes into the cell tissue, usually, or into the collective unconscious. That's why as one of us heals, all of us heal, right? So let's get a look-see-duck-see, please. My goddess, where has this Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign been? Simple timeline. Relative to the past, where are they now? Maybe the moment they are watching this video right now, or in a more general sense. Please just leave the card right in my hand for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Simple timeline. There we are in the present. And where are they headed? Really, this is looking at the new moon to the full moon, so somewhere in there, particularly with that emotional red moon, Luna Rosa, indicating there, coming up to that full moon. What do you got, my goddesses? Okay, you start with a 10 and end in a 10 with a 1 in the middle. All right, so you got the 10 of blades in the past, so some sort of mental resolution, right? Whatever went down here, it feels like everything's been said and expressed, right? 10 of blades, completion of the cycle of air, thought. This has been thought and thought and thought, but particularly because this is the Native American ceremony of the rattle, passing the talking stick, that it feels like everything that has been said, at least for that cycle, has been said. Because going from the 10 of blades to the 1 of blades, this is all inside. A new idea, maybe something new needs to be said, maybe a new perspective is being seen, like for instance that Empress of the Pearl, the knowledge and the wisdom coming in as a result of whatever this was that has resolved in the past. Now again, this is what's going on inside of you. We'll get those cards to maybe see what triggered it or what's going on the outside. And then you go to the 10 of Flames. In this deck, it's Hava Nagila. It's the Hora. It's a dance of celebration. It's fulfillment of desire. You getting what you want. So it can be something that you thought was resolved, a new communication, new idea, new thought, maybe as the result of this emotional healing that's on its way, leads to great fulfillment. The completion of desire, maybe the final completion. Now, one could say that you completed it in air, you complete it in fire, you complete it in water, and then you complete it in earth. But that's definitely an elemental progression that can happen simultaneously as well. But I kind of like this. I like the feel of this. Let's see what it looks like on the outside. Breathe. And keep in mind, this is going to resonate differently for different people. It's tarot, right? This is not written in stone. This is in cardboard. So please, my God, please, Hermes in particular, no tricks this time. Please, 3 cards, 1 for the past, 1 for the present, 1 for the future for your Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries. Can you please clarify that 10 of blades? Oh, we'll do all 3 down. Please clarify the 1 of blades. Thank you. Just 1. Thank you. And please clarify the 10 of flames, that card of the Hora, please. So we've got the rattle, the ceremony of the rattle, the 10 of blades, the Sibyl, the Oracle of Delphi, the Ace of blades, new idea coming in, and the 10 of blades, the Hora, Hava Nagila, rite of passage kind of thing. Well, 5 of Pentacles with the 10 of Swords says that there was somebody locked out in the cold here. There was not just a walking away, but a no. There was like a serious physical change here, a separation that has taken place. The words were said, and somebody, not the walking away of the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, locked out. Get out. Locked out in the cold. So there is some pain there. I get that. Now, that, again, could be financial. Does not have to be relational. You're going to have to play that out for yourself. But with the emotional healing part, there are going to be emotions around it either way. Oh, they just said maybe both. Maybe you lost your job and had your heart broken all at the same time. Well, fear not, because we've got Bellerophon, the Knight of Wands, and you know the reputation of the Knight of Wands. If you're watching readings on YouTube, oh, he's just in it for the sex. You don't know that. But he's galloping along on Pegasus, delivering some kind of message. Oh, and this message is going to be a big idea. Now, it is the Sagittarian card, I will say that, right? So it's important to keep in mind, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, that this could be a spiritual thing that you go through. Ninth house is spirituality, expansion, right? Larger journeys, but sometimes metaphysical, right? Spiritual, the expansion of the mind, the expansion of the soul. With that One of Blades, this could very much be an inspiration. Seeing it differently, some light coming forth from that pearl that has come from your struggle and adversity. And it does feel like heartbreak. I feel like there was love here, otherwise that red moon there, I keep seeing red sun in my head. No, Cara, no. The emotional healing part of it, of course there's heartbreak here. How can there not be heartbreak involved with a Five of Pentacles? But if everybody has said everything, right, that Ten of Flames, then maybe there is some benefit to be gained from this, some knowledge that you get from this that allows you to fulfill desire. Ten of Flames, unless this is a relationship come around again. So let's look. Well, interesting. The Six of Swords. So from the outside looking in, this is about going from from rough waters to smooth. It is a card of the Six of Swords, balance, right? Balancing the mind, often counseling, communication, confession, right? Therapy, healing, emotional healing. Oh, from rough waters to calm. And in that brings great completion, great celebration, almost like a rite of passage. So whatever this is, feels like it's going to move through you relatively quickly, right? No major arcana cards on the table, but 2 tens, definitely wrapping some things up. And remember, new beginnings always come from that. But it feels like this pearl ain't done cooking yet, right? Not with that emotional healing card there on the table. So let's get your last 2 cards. We're going to use the Whispers of Love Oracle to represent the voices of your higher selves, 5th dimension and above here. Because look, what you're going through here is not new. It's everybody's going through it in some way, shape, or form. Who doesn't have that pain, that healing that's going on, and the emotional healing, particularly if you have any kind of empathic, anything going on, remember, a good percentage of it is not you. It's the feeling what other people won't or can't feel for themselves. That's our service as empaths, is to filter that stuff out. And we get the transformation, right? We get the pearl. We get the emotional healing skill and the radiant light that comes from our own suffering and struggle. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, please. 1 card in clarity. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign needs for this full moon in, new moon in Virgo to full moon in Aries, September into October 2020, please. What is the whisper of love that you have for the Gemini collective? The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. Look, things had to be said in this. This feels like relationship. I have to say, you've gotten a lot of knowledge since this has happened, though. I can see that. A lot of self-knowledge, a lot of knowledge perhaps about psychology, about relationships. This is all downloading very, very quickly. I don't know who I'm tuning to here, but the only thing that is real here in this situation is love. Whatever was said had to be said. There needed to be an air clearing here, but you go from the 10 of Blades to the Ace of Blades. Someone's got to make the move. Someone has got to make the move of that communication. Now, usually that, like I said, is inspired because of the Sagittarius energy there in the Knight of Wands. Yes, sure, it could be sexual. Sure, it could be just passionate. But it's something that moves to a 10 of flames with the 6 of swords, that by seeing this differently, by talking it out, by bringing mental balance, it gets the fire to this place from perhaps one that had completely gone out to a 10. I mean, the 10 of flames, whatever was said, whatever was shared here in the past, yeah, it must have hurt like a bitch, right? Probably ended a phase of a relationship, and both people might be thinking, oh no, this is done, that is over. But it's not. Some new information is going to come in, an inspiring or a communication of some kind that's going to play itself out differently, but that it is going to bring some mental balance here on the outside that on the inside brings great satisfaction. And perhaps the learning of a soul lesson or the completing of a soul contract. Go check your twin flame and your soulmate reads. That might be in there. Yeah. Last card down. Let me put this down here. Last card down. We will get you that Healing Mantra deck card from Matt Kahn's Healing Mantra deck, which I think is awfully nice of him to name the cards in the deck out the same. Breathe. Sure, it was marketing. Breathe. I love the Ascended Masters. I mean, I love all of my pantheons, but my Ascended Masters seem in some ways to be the most human. Not necessarily in form and shape, because that can vary, but in terms of their understanding, it's like, yeah, bills, I know. Taxes, right? But the gods are like, what are these things you call taxes and bills? Even those things we have fixed to the faces of ducks. Different combo. They know what you mean, though. Breathe. Oh, my Ascended Masters, what a jolt. Please, one card in clarity. That was a big shift. This is going to turn around quickly. The healing here is going to move fast. Why wouldn't it for a Gemini? So please, what is the perfect healing mantra? Wow. Jolt of adrenaline there. For this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this new moon in Virgo to full moon next in Aries, September into October 2020. Considering we've got the Goddess of Knowledge, start to apply that which you already know. Trust your intuition, particularly with the Empress of Pearl. The alchemizing of pain into light, suffering into light, with emotional healing going on here. I mean, Archangel Michael's talking about your emotional healing, so you know, get to it, right? Because in the past, something was said, or both sides like really vented, like everybody had their say, and as a result, the Five of Pentacles took place. At least people feel like they said what had to be said, and yet here's this Ace of Blades, this new communication or this new piece of information brought by the Knight of Wands or involving the Knight of Wands that at least brings some Six of Swords, some mental balance here that completes a cycle of desire. Somehow people get what they want out of this. When they get that the only thing that is real is love, to shift their focus from the problem to love. I know that would sound like it would hurt, Gemini, but there's your solution. So what's the healing mantra to help them with this, please, my Ascended Masters? Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Really? This is a heartbreak situation. Wow. You'll be able to heal your heart every day, little by little, with this mantra. Why? Because I did it with mine. Really, I don't recommend things that don't work for me. My heart will love again. Healing heartbreak. Gee, emotional healing and healing heartbreak. You think? Empress of the Pearl. You know, this isn't going to be for everybody, but there's love here. There is so much love here between the two of you. It had to end, but maybe so that it can have a real fulfilling ending of that, so that either you go, I guess, what else is there? You either both move forward together or apart but healed, or someone remains a pain in the ass. You know what I mean. Happiness is a decision I must make, but so is healing. We do our best, right? Excuse me, can we please get the alphabet in alignment here? Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. When heartbreak is healed, you are able to learn and grow from each relationship, no matter who you believe is to blame. And I think that's part of it. I think that the blame might be on both sides here. As long as everybody got to say their say here, then I could understand walking away, but that's really the Eight of Cups. This is being shut out. This is being say, leave me alone. Never come back. Be gone, I turn thee back and send thee back from whence thee came. As heartbreak is seen as life's way of breaking your heart open to expand the love you are able to give and receive, it becomes easier to pick up the pieces of your innocence and invite greater intimacy into your life. And that's absolutely true. Look, I had to let go of a Gemini moon, a couple actually, in this lifetime, but the last one in particular broke my heart. Farm boy, I call him, bless his heart. I will always love him. But my heart is so much bigger now as a result, and his just wasn't that big, so he couldn't give me the love that I wanted. Hence, I really believe him to be a twin flame. That's what twin flame. They can't give you the love that you want unless there's an alchemization here and another shot around, and really he was his soulmate all the time, helping each other heal. Blah 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 blah. That's part of the journey. It's going to play itself out one way or the other. May never see him again. He could show up tomorrow. That's the life of a mystic. What I'm seeing here is something similar, but if the healing can happen, it will not matter as much, right? That this might just be stuff lingering around in your cell tissue that you need to let go of. It also says that this is maybe not the first time around with this one. If there's unresolved pain, you've been in this scenario before, they're saying, yeah, this card is ideal for dealing with resentment, releasing the past, and healing grief. So this might be some leftover stuff that this relationship, that you're going through, you are able to really, really heal, gain the knowledge that you need, and really applying what you already know, allowing that Empress of the Pearl to shine with this emotional healing. And that the only thing that is real is love here. So I feel like there is real love here. This might even be a true love situation. And of course, a true love never did run smooth. So let's put it together. The angel of God is saying, you know what to do. You just need to do it. Kuan Yin herself back her up and saying, honey, it's already in process. The pearl. You're suffering, you've been in adversity, you've had a lot of delays, a lot of pain, but it's being transformed into light, into truth, into wisdom within you. But it takes the emotional healing to allow these emotions to come up. And I know that's not usually the air sign purview, let alone the Gemini purview, more wanting to dodge those feelings, right? But here it says, just let them up and out. It's like a burp. It's like a chakric burp. Why? Because there's been some internal resolution, at least mentally, that left somebody out in the cold, maybe both of you out in the cold, with what? A heartbreak that needs to be healed, and your heart will love again. And maybe that's part of this new thought, right? Maybe this new thought, this new inspiring thought, like maybe I'm the Sagittarian here, even though I have no planets in Sag, saying, right, look at this differently. What? The only thing that matters here is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. And that's the thing, you're a Gemini. One twin has been focused on the problem, allow the other one to focus on the love here. Because it feels like it's that focus that brings a much more satisfying conclusion here to this contract, and maybe something that's healable, as was spoken of in the Red Moon card there, that before the full moon, that moving into the full moon, you'll be feeling these feelings coming up, and to let whatever they are up and out, but that doesn't mean to act on them necessarily, although it feels like with that the Ten of Flames, the Hora, that there will be some sort of completion of desire here. I'm just wondering whether this Ace of Blades is a communication, an idea, or perhaps so that's what I see for you. May the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Virgo to new moon next in Aries, that they may heal their heartbreak, right? That they may do the emotional healing that's needed to be done as that pearl of wisdom and light grows as a result of their suffering, as they apply with the goddess of knowledge that which they already know for their well-being and the well-being of all, knowing that the only thing that matters is love in this timeline and in this lifetime, for their well-being, and through their well-being, blessing all of life for the well-being of all. Yes, may even their pain and their grief be transformed and healed as a blessing, that we may all be healed for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you so much for watching my Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. If you would like a personal reading to clarify this stuff, drop me a note on Facebook. Drop me an email, drawingthecircle@gmail.com. Although honestly, Facebook's probably the easier way to get me because I get a lot of spam. But otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment. I would like the feedback from the air signs, particularly on this one. What is the knowledge in particular that you have, that you need, that you know you need to share? Maybe someone else in the comments will be benefiting from that as well. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for watching, my darlings. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed this new moon to full moon next. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.